Hi, my name is Kurt Lammy. I am the pastor at St Paul Lutheran Church on Dogleg Road in Dayton, Ohio. And I'd like to take a moment today to think with you about the question, what are some dangers in doing spiritual exercises? In the previous video, I talked about 7 spiritual exercises that we can do that can help us grow in faith. So if you haven't watched that video yet, please go back and watch it and then come back to this one. In this video, though, I want us to think about what are the dangers of doing those spiritual exercises. That doesn't mean there's anything wrong with doing them. It just means there are some things that we need to watch out for as we do them. Now, this list that I'm going to share with you actually comes from Richard Foster, who is a Christian author who has written a lot about spiritual exercises. The first thing that Foster tells us to watch out for is a sense of legalism, as if doing these spiritual disciplines is just us following a bunch of rules. Instead, spiritual disciplines are meant to foster joy in us. This isn't just about fulfilling some obligation. The second thing is that doing these spiritual disciplines is not just about us. It's not just about the individual. These have social implications. These can change the world, especially when a lot of people do them together. So it's not just about me. This is about all of us. This is about the world. The third thing is that doing spiritual disciplines does not get us brownie points with God. This is not works righteousness, as Lutherans sometimes say. We're not doing these things in order to get God to love us. Rather, God already loves us. Therefore, we do these things to show that love to others. Fourth, sometimes in doing spiritual exercises, people focus on doing the exercise and don't think about Christ. I know that sounds kind of silly, but sometimes we focus more on the what than the why. We focus more on doing this particular activity than who we're doing it for. Christ should always be front and center. The fifth thing to watch out for is picking your favorite spiritual exercises and doing only those. Yes, some of these might be harder for you, some of them might be easier for you, but we are called to do all of them together. This isn't a pick and choose kind of thing. All of these can help us grow in faith. The sixth thing to watch out for is that this is not an exhaustive list. Right? In the previous video, I mentioned 7 spiritual exercises we can do. By no means are those the only things we can do to grow spiritually. They're important, and the little acronym helps us remember them. But there are other things we can do too. So it's not an exhaustive list. And finally, the last thing that Foster reminds us about as a danger to spiritual exercises is learning about them, but not doing them. Like, it's really easy to remember the acronym I shared, right? See Me Grow, SEEGROW. And we could name what those 7 spiritual exercises are: serving, evangelism, encouragement, giving, reading scripture, offering prayer, and worshiping together. But if we don't actually do them, then it doesn't make a difference. It's like knowing how to do a push-up, but never actually doing a push-up. So as you practice these spiritual disciplines, keep these 7 things in mind as you do them. Be aware that these dangers exist, but don't let these dangers get in the way of you doing them. So please leave a comment and let me know which of these 7 things to watch out for struck you the most. Thanks for watching.